Let's sing songs of praise to the King of Kings. Now I am here today standing by this plaque on Bay Street, which is speaking to the first mass immigration movement where Barbadians left Barbados and went to Africa and settled in a country called Liberia. Now this was opened by the Prime Minister of Barbados in collaboration with the former President of Liberia. Now let me bring some things to your attention quickly about Barbados, Africa, the Caribbean, and the African Exim Bank. Let me say quickly, this is not a video of hate, this is a video of education. Now we have it so good in Barbados and the Caribbean that the Chinese, the Europeans, the Africans, the Arabs are all coming in to the Caribbean and buying up plantations, beaches, the coastal lands. They're buying up hotels, ports, airports, and they're moving into the Caribbean while they're encouraging you to move out. As we can see here, history repeating itself. Now, in the name of trade, the African Exim Bank is being set up to push Barbados and the Caribbean from the SWIFT system, which is the US-based system, onto the PAP system, which is the Pan-African Payment System. And many Bajans don't realize the power that this small country has in world affairs because of our passport strength, which is visa-free travel to most countries in the world. And the value of the Barbados exchange rate, which is 2-to-1, and the IMF has been trying to get us to devalue this 2-to-1 peg since the 1990s. Now Barbados has a much stronger exchange rate and a much stronger and more credible passport than any African country you can name. And many African passports are heavily scrutinized in world affairs, especially by the United States. Now the exchange rates in countries that I specifically chose are Nigeria, which is $1,539 to $1 US, Ghana, $10 to $1 US, Ethiopia, $138 to $1 US, Egypt, $50 to $1 US, and Kenya, $129 to $1 US. Barbados is much substantially higher than that. Now, all of the other G8 big countries in the world with high value currencies are backed by military complexes and the military industries and the armies. So just in case you wanted to invade one of these big countries, you would think twice because they're not easy to take over because they're backed by strong military. So the British, the Chinese, the European countries, the Japanese, etc. And all of the other smaller countries with high value dollars are still colonies of bigger countries or independent countries which are still under G8 control. So Barbados went to a republic, and therefore the British Army would no longer come to our aid if we were to be invaded by another country. So right now Barbados is a weak link with a high value currency. So what's the goal here? The goal here is for Barbados to be used as a digital money hub, to facilitate trade and transactions, to supply the African region with goods and services because of the strength of our dollar. Not necessarily that we be benefiting from the trade and the goods and services, but we be paid a little something to facilitate the transactions. Now, the more Barbados dollars accumulated by members from the African region, they can be converted to extremely lucrative financial opportunities for members of the African region due to our exchange rates whenever they do choose to return back to the African region from Barbados. And the earning potential in Africa for a Caribbean migrant seeking a job opportunity paid in local African currency is in no way or anywhere considered to be an equal trade-off for a person leaving Barbados, especially to head to the African region to look for a job. So I hope this video was eye-opening. As we say, if you don't know history, you're very doomed to repeat it. Yes, so I hope this piece of eye-opening history for everyone about how Barbadians left Barbados and the Caribbean to go to Africa and Liberia. I am hoping that this conversation evokes something, because this is history repeating itself, and the people of the region need to wake up and see exactly what is happening in the Caribbean, as many people are encouraging us to leave and immigrate while they are trying to come into our country buying up the most lucrative lands and having the best economic opportunities.